Show up here soon. It's live now. Cool. All right, I see it.
All right.
Share on my timeline.
Good afternoon.
Hey guys, just getting set up on our weekly broadcast, our Coffee with Keto Mojo Go-Go, where we're having water. Because remember, we're down to 1 cup of coffee a day for the most part.
I had two. I had two, but I used the same creamer.
Yeah, there's no more creamer other than just once a day.
My tablet must not be able to do it from it.
All right.
You're out to share. I don't even see it yet. This may be a bad idea. Use the tablet. Sorry, guys.
Bear with us for just a moment. We're doing some sharing here.
No, I'm not even seeing it on my tablet.
I'll tag you in or something.
Anybody? Oh, there it is. Now I'll share it on my page.
Okay, cool. All right. Apollonius. Hello, my friend. Thanks for joining. And Roberta, both of you together.
Good evening. I know it's late there.
Yeah. You guys are like us. You sit in 2 different rooms and watch the same thing.
They could be sitting next to each other.
They could be sitting next to each other. You're right. Appreciate it, guys. All right. So today, as we get started, let's first talk about some of the really cool stuff that's happened this week from some of our groups. Like, for example, the Keto for Autoimmune Disease group
has grown a lot.
We are now
substantially
we're at 225 members, and that's just over a month, which is astounding. I mean, we really are really happy to see that grow. I mean, I think we found our niche for people that we can help out, and man, it's just really good. You don't want to miss our live. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. Greatly appreciate that. All right, so let me read some of these here because this is good stuff. All right, so here's a lady named Kamal Deep. She said, delighted to share my ketogenic diet experience. It's just been 8 days that I started keto. I've lost 3 kilograms, and my inflammation has reduced a lot. I'm more active, energetic, and yes, able to comfortably lift a few kilos of weight as well. Earlier, I couldn't even lift my daughter's school bag. This morning, I did gardening and lifted a medium-sized plant potted that must have been around 5 kilograms and still comfortable. So yeah.
That is fantastic, Kamal.
I mean, those stories excite me as much as seeing people, they've lost 10 pounds or 20 pounds or 100 pounds. Because as we found out, our life has changed in ways that we didn't expect. Like one example I can think of is I used to not be able to write on paper. My hands were just so, and you couldn't read my writing either, right? So I've always been kind of tied to the keyboard as a result. So one of the first things that Shauna noticed was, hey, did you know that you're writing right now and I can read your writing? So
it was weird. It's like he's a different person now. And I was having difficulty getting on the floor with my grandson. And I noticed when he was here during the Christmas holidays that I was actually able to get down on the floor, no pain, play with him. And I stayed there probably for an hour just playing with Joey. So it was nice.
It is nice. Now, and also have to think about, even if your arthritis pain doesn't get better, which I mean most people it seems to, right? Because I think the majority of people that are suffering from autoimmune diseases are probably, if it's not caused by food sensitivities, it's exacerbated by it, right? So, but even if it doesn't, say you get no relief from your autoimmune symptoms, you're still getting relief from your type 2 diabetes, your cardiovascular disease risk. So, I mean, I can't think of, the downside. So that's one of the things that I just always have to remember is, I think for 90% of the people it does help, but even if it doesn't, there's a lot of things that it really does help. So let's read some more, because there's other good ones here. Teresa Irani, she says, hello, Kevin and Shauna. I've been eating keto for 3 months. I feel so much better. And the one that tells me you're full, so right now her feeling for full is not registering. So we talked to her about, eating, the way, the protocol. And so she went and made a steak, she told me, and she only ended up eating 3 carbs for that day. So she felt better, was having a little bit of problems with her appetite. We kind of tweaked that a little bit, and that seemed to really help her. The other thing this week was, you remember last week we did the myth video, and we did that one live, and that had really good response. And then I wrote a blog based on that, and I posted that, not only here but out on Twitter and everything. But what was exciting to me was that Amy Berger and Dr. Ken Berry gave rave reviews of the blog. So my head went.
Mine too. It's like,
It made us tingle, because not only, of course, obviously I put some effort into it. I put some effort into doing the broadcast last week, talking about it. But the fact that the information that I've been able to glean from these, people that I consider mentors and experts, they appreciated it, and they actually recommended it. It meant a lot to me. So, those are some of the things that why we do it, is we want to give quality information, and we want to make it shareable for other people. So it really felt good to us that, that we're getting some recognition from the people that we really respect. And
people we've been following since the beginning and have inspired us.
Yeah. So, hey, anybody have any questions before we get going on our topic, which, by the way, our topic today is run away from the Kardashian keto influencers.
Yeah.
All right. So if
Roberta
not,
said my curtains are her favorite color. She's so much like me. My favorite color too.
Yeah, we love those things.
And Sharina joined us, and good morning, hon. Good morning to my daughter. I love you, girl.
So, wait a minute. Kathleen, hello from Greece. Thanks for joining us. If I speak too quickly, let me know. No more Canar, AKR
Carbs.
Yeah. All right. So this weekend, first of all, we went to the mall yesterday, and part of us, we were talking to Apollonis and Roberta yesterday about maybe picking up some herbs, some St. John's wort, and a couple of other things. So we went over to the GNC store.
They didn't have
a whole lot, which is fine. We'll probably buy them on Amazon or whatever. And this is really just kind of related to Shauna's hypothyroidism, things that might help, because we're always looking for ways to help her out. But what really surprised us was the amount of keto products that are there. Keto snacks, keto protein powders, keto this, keto that. And
there's a lot of sugar and stuff in that.
Yeah.
Stuff.
These ingredients are...
Read the back.
Yeah.
So.
But the thing is, do you even need that crap? Seriously. If you're eating real foods, do you really need to go spend extra money on this keto stuff, on the keto snacks? I think you already know our point of view on that, but it just is kind of shocking to me. So then we haven't been to the store for these type of things in quite a while. So we went over to the bookstore that was in the mall, the Books A Million store.
Right in the middle there of the store. We should have taken pictures of it. There's a whole bunch of different keto books, keto cookbooks. They're all cookbooks.
Keto cookbooks, keto how-to books, keto this, keto that. All sorts of conflicting, confusing information. Mm-hmm. And it really makes me appreciate and understand why people are having trouble navigating how to do keto.
There's so much information out there, and some of it is not the greatest information. It can really lead you astray.
Like, carb cycling. You should carb cycle in keto. How to do best a keto cheat day. Things like that.
don't encourage these people. You're just starting out. You don't want to.
No, yeah, or overcomplicating the keto process. These really.
It was for me too complicated at first.
I mean, I think it's a great thing to have some cookbooks out there to help people, but some of these are just, they're focusing so much on these macros, trying to make these complicated meals, and people tend to focus so much on how to replicate things that they're really missing the point of, if you're just eating real food.
That's right.
That's the place to start, and then occasionally make that really fantastic meal, maybe for special occasions and things of that nature. But we really want to keep it simple for people. And so that kind of spurred the next conversation, right? Or the next thing. We went to YouTube and did the Google search and did the YouTube. And we ran, the very first things you see are these, what I call them is the Keto Kardashians, which are the people that are really trying to make this complicated. They're pushing their products, their exogenous ketones and their protein powders and things like this. And then you see these people that they will say, well, hey, I tried that keto thing and it didn't work for me. But in other cases, you see people, well, what did you mean? Yeah. What do you mean you did keto? Well, I bought the ketones. I was in ketosis, but I didn't lose any weight. Well,
the problem with taking those ketones, the drinks, you will measure on the pee sticks that you're in ketosis, but that doesn't mean you're actually
not using
ketosis.
them. You're using those first before you're using your own body's ketones. Right. Again, I have no problem with exogenous ketones for certain reasons, right? I mean, if you have a brain issue that you need to repair, those exogenous ketones are great. If you're maybe doing it for focus and those type of things, but not if you're trying to lose 100 pounds, not if you're trying to fix your metabolism. Get your body right first.
They're actually finding it's good for
Alzheimer's and dementia and things like that.
I forgot the word. Oh my gosh. Sharina said, yeah, there's a lot of vultures out there. Keto is free. Yeah. Absolutely.
And Paula says, the fitness industry wants a piece of the keto world. And understandably so. Again, I am not opposed to people trying to make a living. Okay, I do get it. But on the other side of the equation, I want people to have the correct information and not be misled by a lot of this, which I think is what happens. So we watched this very famous couple. I'm not going to mention their name. They're a big keto couple. They're probably the largest keto community couple out there, right? And to be honest, we watched them at first, and they did give us some good information. It kind of broke the ice on that. Yeah. But
I used them.
This particular couple, they were never metabolically challenged, never, right? So they didn't have a whole lot of weight to lose.
They didn't have any
those products are not healthy, right? They didn't have autoimmune disease. They weren't 100 pounds overweight. They just followed the trend, right? They were doing one thing, and they learned that you could build muscle on keto, and so that's where they went. And so now they've created 2 videos that I've seen talking about keto cheat days. And the last one they did was, and they even admitted it, they did it for so they could get more views. Yeah. Right.
They said, we're giving in. We're doing this just to get more views.
Mm-hmm. So pretty gimmicky, right?
So they had a big cheat day, or what they consider a big cheat day.
Yeah, and they did this video where they went to this really expensive restaurant. I think they said it was $105 a plate.
Yeah.
And then they talked about this, and then they were glorifying all these it wasn't even that high carbon food really, but it was really just kind of almost encouraging people to, in order to be sustainable, you've got to do this once in a while type thing. I don't think that's the case. I mean, I disagree. I think if you're eating real food, we eat such decadent, really good food right now, which tends to be, really great cuts of meat and a vegetable, or just really great cuts of meat and a vegetable. But we are so satisfied that I don't feel a need that I have to go and look outside of that realm to get a feel-good hit for food, right?
Not anymore.
We want to change our relationship with food, and I feel that
food is fuel now, whereas before
it was our pleasure source.
We were hungry all the time.
So. Yeah, so that was that's one of the things. So They said they basically had a Kardashian meal. And then some of the statements they made was, well, we just wanted to experience life. There's more to life than making good decisions about food. There's another thing they said.
Not tied to keto.
Yeah, and I have to wonder, like,
it's more to life than eating right. It's like,
yeah, I mean,
what are you telling people?
These are things that just really drove us crazy.
New people are greatly inspired by this couple.
Now, here's another thing. In the United States here, there's a big donut chain called Krispy Kreme. And they said, well, if you like Krispy Kreme, if that's what you think you need to be your cheat day and you plan that, you go ahead and have that Krispy Kreme. I think my blood pressure went up about 10 points when I heard that. Just
stay away. If you fall off the wagon, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
We all make mistakes. But a planned cheat day?
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't want to plan on failure.
No. So. And then right at the end of it, then they said, well, you know what, if you do this, if you do plan your cheat day, well, you should probably go ahead and fast afterwards to make up the difference. I'm just, this irks me. So now you're giving people advice to go ahead and cheat. And now you're going to say, well, go ahead and fast to make up the difference. Well, maybe if you don't go down that path in the first place, you don't have to try to make these amending things to get better, right? So, and my phone just heard me say something. But that's the thing, it's bad advice on top of bad advice. But I just can't even get it. As they said, I'm not against fasting. I'm not against intermittent fasting. It's just, let's not go the path of telling people that it's just fine to cheat and then go ahead now, do another thing and fast. Fasting's fine, but let's not make this punitive. That's the last thing I want to see as this happens. So let me see if I can make this poll that I created a bit handy. Create poll, no. Okay, so I've got a poll, so let's, we started off with success stories, right? So the first question I have is, are you feeling better since you started keto? So if you could just go ahead poll as you see this question come up. So do you feel better since you started keto?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And for me, I'm going to say, yeah.
Yeah, you're off all your medicines.
Yeah, I'm off. Yeah, that's right. I'm completely off my medicines. I am feeling better. My inflammation is less. So if you guys are feeling better or worse, just let us know how you feel on that. Let that go for a couple minutes.
Yeah, Roberta said, cheating is the worst thing you can recommend to anybody, especially beginners. And that's my fear, is that they're going to inspire all these new people that are actually struggling to go ahead and cheat. And that's just a bad influence. I don't want to be a bad influence to anybody. I want to inspire others that, you be tough with yourself. You be honest with yourself and be true to yourself and stay the path. Not go and eat stuff that's going to mess you up and maybe make you fail altogether.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just saw another video. We watched it this morning about this couple, another couple, not a famous one, but another one. They had been on keto for a whole 30 days, and they're like, now we want to reward ourselves by having a cheat day. And they had a big one. They went to all these restaurants and had ice cream and yogurt and this and that.
Yeah.
Whole 30 days? Wow, that's that's the thing. Shereen said she'd feel better if she stopped getting colds from the kids. Well, I understand this, and this has been a very cold year for Florida too.
It's a strange year for Florida. It's very cold.
All right, so
let's feel better, hon.
We'll go ahead and publish the results here.
It's not fun being sick.
All right, so the next one we're going to publish is what is more important to you on keto? Is it weight loss or improved health? This is one of those 30 days sounds like a century. Wow.
They didn't look like they had any problems either. I think they were just jumping on the keto bandwagon to try to
Right. They probably had
Right.
another channel they were doing, and so they thought they might get increased views by doing keto. So we're starting to see some things which is important to you: improved health or weight loss. And keep in mind, we have a couple of groups that we have on here: our original Keto Mojo Go-Go group and our Keto for Autoimmune Diseases. So there is going to be people coming on for different reasons. Right?
Yeah. Everybody does keto for different reasons. So.
But
I mean, you do it for yourself.
Maybe it's even a combination answer: weight loss and improved health, because I do go hand in hand, right? But I'm going to go ahead and pick improved health because I initially started it for weight loss and found out that my health was improving. I'm like, well, dang, this is a really great reason to continue doing this. And like I said,
yeah, we did it for weight loss, and I didn't expect all the improvements on our health. It was incredible.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun.
Of course, you did it because of the diabetes.
Right. Actually, it was kind of both, right? Well,
yeah.
I know I needed the weight loss, and I know that being overweight was not helping my diabetes issue, but being diagnosed was the line in the sand, right? That was when I decided.
I didn't expect you to be taking off all your medication.
Right. That was when I said, okay, I've got to do something else. By the way, that's not the first line in the sand I've had, right? I mean, we've done the vegetarianism, we've done running and everything else. So this is the first time the line in the sand and actually taking an action made a real difference. So
Kathleen said, after 3 weeks of strict keto, no tendinitis, never looked back, not interested in sugar, if abstinence is better than meds. Absolutely, Kathleen. Him getting off all his meds, and I got off most of mine except for my thyroid. Just feels great.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and publish these results right now. It looks like 75% went for improved health, 25% for weight loss.
Weight loss for Sharina. I need to reverse the damage from birth controls. Absolutely. Birth control I gained weight on birth control too, so I know how that is. It's not fun. I know losing weight will help my pain with joint hypermobility. Absolutely will, Sharina.
Yeah, it can't hurt, right? Yeah. I mean, even if, like I said before, if keto is not directly impacting your autoimmune pain, inflammation,
that joint pain's nothing.
The weight loss will by itself, right? But a lot of times you get the combination of both. So
I know my joints feel better.
All right, so
serious issues.
The next one I'm going to ask is, how long have you been on keto? Now, I can only add four options for this, so this kind of gives you the option. I haven't started it yet. I'm just researching. I've been on less than a month, 1 to 3 months, or greater than 3 months. And of course, some of you have been on for much longer. But so that's kind of I can only do 4. So I'm going to go ahead and pick. For us, it was greater than 3 months. Some people less than a month. So this is great because this gives us kind of a thought process on how to create future videos. So please also, if you can, in comments and our emails to the ketomojogogo@gmail.com or on our Facebook groups, please let us know what topics are interesting to you, because we really are doing this for you guys, right? And it's not just because we want to hear our lips flap. We want to create topics,
help others. Right.
Yeah. So that's really what this is all about.
Roberta said, not even a single cheat day in 2 years.
2 years. That is really good. So we are now pushing almost 6 months without a cheat day, right?
Right.
And that one cheat day was a slice of key lime pie, which was really underwhelming. Here's a couple things, though, that you can think about and I don't consider them cheat days either. I consider them listening to your body. Now, some people might, because if you're overly concerned about calories, you might think of overeating calories as a cheat day, but I don't necessarily think that, because remember, our protocol that we are following is to, 1, eat under 20 grams of carbs per day, eat fatty meats and non-starchy vegetables until you're full, and then don't eat when you're not hungry. So if you have days that you just feel like you need to eat more of these fatty meats and non-starchy vegetables, I don't consider that a cheat. I consider that listening to your body.
Right.
Right. So
some days you're hungrier than other days. So just do what you need.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is probably the most important thing that you can do is listen to your body,
Right.
and get to the point where
Some days I only eat one meal. Other days I eat two.
Sometimes maybe three. I mean, it really just depends on the day that you come up. When you wake up in the morning, if you wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning and you're a little hungry, well, eat a big meal. I mean, go ahead and just knock it out. But if you are just feeling peckish, you're feeling a little bit hungry, you might just think about pushing it out a little bit. One thing Casey Durango suggested, I consider her our mentor, is like, here's a trick you can do is maybe set a timer. If you're feeling a little bit hungry, a little bit peckish, set the timer for 5 minutes or 15 minutes and then go about your day. And then, if the timer goes off and like, add another 15 minutes. And just to see how you can just kind of keep pushing on that peckishness, right? And then next thing you know, you've gone 12 hours and you haven't eaten. And so you were actually starting to train your body to get beyond those initial cravings. Drink a little water, maybe go for a walk, do a little exercise. Those are the type of things that can help you to push past those, just a little bit of hunger that you're feeling. And so until you all of a sudden start to realize what hunger really feels like, right? One thing is that I like to do also is we keep ground beef patties around.
Yeah,
and so if I get a sweet craving, I'll go fry up, on the pan, one of those, and season it up really well, smell it, make it enjoyable experience. I'll eat that, and then my sweet craving goes away. And so I don't, I've had a nice victory there that I didn't give into even an artificial sweet craving, because even those I think can be problematic if you're constantly eating those keto fat bombs and even chocolates and things like that, which again I have no problem with once in a while, but you just don't want to get in the habit of eating those, right?
That's what got us here in the first place.
Yeah.
So.
I don't care if it's keto processed foods. Processed foods are what got us into the trouble in the first place. I'm just not in a rush to go back down that path. So another thing I did this week or actually yesterday, I don't know if you guys many of you are familiar with this Eat Lancet study, which is basically an authoritarian way to get people to stop eating meat.
Scary. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's sponsored by a lot of the big corporations that are food processors and also pharmaceuticals. So it is definitely in their best interest to, keep us eating in a certain way so they can keep processing their food. So I made a video on that yesterday. It was kind of a tongue-in-cheek a little bit. It was kind of, we saw a commercial right after this the study came out, which was from Country Crock, which was kind of, it's aimed at young parents and kids, talking about how, plant life, plants are good and, plant-based stuff is good. And it was really well done, really a slick commercial, right?
Very
only 30
cute
seconds
commercial.
long. So I dissected it, right? I went and broke through all the things that are, all the messages that are coming out in that video. And then talked about, the Beyond Meat company, which is, their goal is to make animal-based proteins a non-thing by 2035, which is frustrating, right? So take a look at the video. I enjoyed it. I think the sound might need to be adjusted a little bit, but I think there's some good stuff in there. So you might want to watch it.
Sharina said PETA's coming hardcore at keto dieters.
Yeah, I've noticed I'm getting on Twitter a lot of vegan followers all of a sudden.
It's like,
okay. I mean, I don't know if there may be one. I doubt they're coming to learn information. I noticed a lot of them are activists. So I'll just have to keep an eye on that as well. But it was a fun video to make. It's on YouTube on our Keto Mojo Go-Go channel.
You did a really, really good job on it.
Oh, thank you. But she's not biased at all here.
No.
But again, it goes back to our theme again, right? So we're trying to put our information out there on YouTube, on Facebook, etc., to make it available for people to find what I think is better information than what a lot of these Kardashian ketos are. This misleading information, this overly complicated information. So if you guys wouldn't mind, if you could subscribe and share that with your friend, your friends,
Yeah.
that is going to be helpful to us and helpful to you and to other people as well. And Sharina says, I'm looking forward to lab-grown meat becoming more mainstream. Well, it kind of already is, right? It's not lab-grown per se. It's vegan meat. So Carl's Jr. and Hardee's have just introduced their hamburger, and they're doing commercials on it. And they're even talking about how it even bleeds like real meat. It's made out of peas and other vegan materials, and it's not nutritious, right? It's not giving you the nutrients you need, but it also tells you how much they really actually crave meat.
Yeah.
If you're making something that looks exactly like meat and tastes like meat, that means they actually really crave meat. Well, just eat the meat. You're going
to get all your nutrients from the meat. You're not going to get it from this lab-grown stuff. It's just not going to happen.
What happens if over time it becomes harder to get this lab-grown meat? So now you're actually creating another crisis, right? You're creating a crisis of people that are not able to get to the meat or to the food they used to get to because there's a famine or something like that happens because of the way they're growing things. We don't want to be in that boat, right? All right, so we are 30 minutes in. Anybody have any other questions?
Apollo said for fasting, 16-hour fasting, 8 feeding window.
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much follow that, but we don't do it on purpose, right?
Yeah.
We
go to bed. We stop eating at I don't know, 7, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, and then we wake up, and then we still haven't eaten today, right? And it's 12:30 our time here, so that's 16 hours. But like I said, if I wake up hungry, my body's calling for fuel. Yeah. I'm not going to feel bad if I need to eat at 8 o'clock in the morning. Hasn't happened in 3 months.
Roberta said the secret is in ketonizing when you have cravings. Whatever I missed, I just ketonize it. In most cases, turned out almost better than the original thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this week, our folks here at Rig Goes Keto, they did a 2-ingredient crepe.
That was really good.
Yeah, and it's not at all, it's not at all a cheat, right?
No.
In our case, they use mascarpone cheese. We didn't have that available. We could have made our own at home, but then that might have made 2 fails. We could have failed at making the mascarpone and then failed at making the crepes. So I opted to use cream cheese and a heavy whipping cream and then made it like a... All right, guys, we're back. Sorry, looks like we had a technical difficulty. I'm going to share these two.
Yeah, I'll share
again.
Again.
Sorry, guys, that was unfortunate.
For some reason, our camera stopped.
Sure.
That's weird. We're live though.
We're back, coming back live, resharing again, guys. Sorry for the technical difficulty there. For whatever reason, our external webcam stopped working, and it just locked everything up. So not sure what that was up. And that's a much better quality camera than this one. But hey, what are you gonna do? So
we've been blocked by the vegans.
It could be that maybe Eat Lancet blocked us. Is that possible?
Darn it, they're on to us.
All right, I'll share it again.
Keto logo.
Oh, did I? I'll share the other one.
Share it to Keto for autoimmune.
Okay.
Now you have to deal with this close up. Oh, double chin.
We're back. All right, so, okay, great. So sorry for the delays there, guys. Sorry for the conspiracy theories. Yeah, I love them too.
Me too. I'm a conspiracy theorist, so.
All right. So
One of my favorite movies.
I think we've covered about all we'll cover though. But you guys, if you have any questions, please send us comments. We do enjoy doing this. We do this for you guys though, right? This is not just something that we just like to hear ourselves talk. So please send us things you'd like to talk about. And even if you have information that you would like us to research, like we do post on our groups a lot of things from actual medical doctors and researchers. So if you have some things that you find that you would like to know more information about, please let us know and we will collaborate and we will research with those folks as well.
Any questions? Sorry, we lost you.
Yeah, it's a different camera, Roberto. The external one.
Yeah, now you got to see us close up. Oh.
The external one failed right in the middle of it. I don't know why. It's an extended USB cable, so maybe that has something to do with it. Don't know. But that camera is much better than this one. As you can see, this one is really grainy.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I think we're just going to go ahead and wrap it up because I don't have much else to cover today other than we are so excited about our groups growing and our autoimmune folks feeling better.
Really
and people
excited
losing weight.
about all the stories we're getting in.
And we just want to, is it a cure for rosacea? Okay, I'll look into that one. We're looking forward to hearing your guys' feedback and how much better you guys are doing. And it inspires us, right? And that's the thing. Cure for rosacea. And if you already had it, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, yes, it probably does. On the other hand, there are people that what's called the keto rash temporarily, so just keep that in mind too. But Kathleen says that her skin condition has improved. I will see what I can find to collaborate or corroborate that as well and see if we can put that information
I've heard
out there.
so many great stories from different people, especially on Go Keto with Casey. I'm talking to a bunch of women, and a lot of us have hormone problems or autoimmune, and women are, women and men, but mostly we're women in that group. It's very interesting to hear these stories of overall improvement to our health. We're excited. Yep. We feel better. I can get down on the floor with my grandson. That's incredible to me. So I can put my socks on. Yeah. Without sounding like I'm lifting 1,000 pounds. Now I can put my socks on, which is that's a big thing. The little things are the biggest things to me, right? And that's the thing that has really been exciting to me is that those little things have been improved. Kenny Springer, thanks for joining. Hey, we actually were on earlier, so you can maybe go back and hopefully watch the other video if it's still there. I hope we didn't lose it altogether. But it was we talked about avoiding the bad information from the keto world. Yeah, so you might want to check that out, and I'll go ahead and post that on YouTube too. And we're as long as we didn't lose it. As long as we didn't lose it, yeah. But this is vegans are out to get us. So my blood sugar is stable. That's the reason you look every time younger. Well, thank you so much. I feel younger. Shauna is saying that my hair is getting less gray every time I get it cut. Yeah. So that is interesting as well. I have more eyebrows than I've ever had before. So yeah, it could be this grainy camera making me look younger. I don't know. But you do look young. You look great. Kathleen says she's a year into keto, and she says that her skin condition has improved. So that also tells me that patience is the key as well, right? So it may not be that things happen. Just stick with it. 3 minutes. It might take 3 months. Be honest with yourself. Don't. Right. Don't ruin it for yourself. Yeah. Roberta says that she believes the Keto for Autoimmune group needs to hear more about the quail eggs. I agree. Yep. Matter of fact, we're going to take that as a personal experiment. Yeah. And we're going to go see if we can find, as to your suggestion, an Asian grocery store. Not and today. If not that, I'm going to have quails. Yep. We'll get some quails and try it ourselves. And see how, well, for I'm one, excited. How good they taste. I want birds again. Right. See how good they taste. I miss my chickens. How good they taste. And if they do actually, help in other ways, help in nutrition-wise, I'm willing to try that out. We don't necessarily buy the cage-free eggs and things like that ourselves,
partly because we give our dogs a lot of eggs too, and so it would get very expensive. But we try to supplement a little bit. We'll buy a little bit on the side to get some of these. So, but I'm willing to do the better quality food is great. And since we're not spending so much money on processed crap, we will have more money for better quality food, right? And so that's kind of our motivation.
We eat better than we ever have. So
yeah, I would concur
we're not
with that.
spending it on junk food. Our grocery bill has definitely dropped half of what it used to be. We even saw that in the bank account thing the other day.
Yeah, this, my Bank America Erica told me, said, hey, did you know that you've spent $1,000 less than you did last month at this time? That's and a lot of that is not just food costs. I mean, there's other reasons too, but that was, I would say, probably 60% of that was food costs because we're not eating out as much. Our grocery bill is smaller.
I don't trust other people to cook for me. I don't trust the other food.
If we do eat out, it's a steak, or Shauna loves her, her naked hot wings. So I mean, those are things we get. So we're not spending as much even when we do eat out. So those are some of the things that we have really learned from this experience. All right, guys, we really appreciate your time. And let me say before we sign off how much we appreciate and respect that you guys give your time to us on a Sunday to listen to us and to find our time, our words valuable to you. That means the world to us, right? I mean, it really does. And that if we can help a few people to help more people, and this circle of influence continues to grow, if we've helped one person, we've saved the world. And I just really love that concept. So if we can help people,
you're helping yourself too.
You help yourself. If you can help people, if you don't have the confidence to go and talk about this yourself, let us be your proxy. We're more than willing to do that, and you can help their lives. We've heard so much feedback on how people are turning their lives around. They've saved their lives, not us personally, because we're not doing this by ourselves. Yeah. You've got to give yourself the credit, right?
We saved our own lives.
We saved our own lives first, right? It's kind of like if you're on an airplane and you see the air mask come down, you have to put the mask over your own self first, right? You have to protect yourself, save yourself so that you can help somebody else, right? So Roberta says she'll watch us every Sunday if they don't travel. We appreciate that, guys.
And if you travel, come to Florida. We got a place for you to stay.
You can come here, travel, we can watch us here, right? And we'll come see you, and we can do it from there. Yeah. So that's great.
That's on my bucket list to come see you guys.
Save yourself first. Put the mask on yourself. Save yourself first, and then help other people. And that's the right way to do this. And
that's why we're doing this, because believe me, I'm a very shy person.
Sean's coming out of her shell a lot, and your confidence to her is great for her. I need her to do this as well, right? I would feel weird doing this by myself. So I need my sweetheart to be here and to help me do as many of these videos as you can, because a lot of people will connect to Shauna that won't connect to me. A few people will connect to me, but more people are going to connect to Shauna.
I don't know about that.
She needs that confidence as well, as much as anything, right? Okay, my keto family, as Paula says.
Yes.
You guys have a great rest of the week. Keto
Mojo. Go. Out.
Out.
Bye.